Wireless routers are definitely not all the same. Even some of the more expensive ones have problems with dead zones and signal strength and overall range as well, just getting bogged down. That should not be the problem with this product. It is Amped Wireless's Titan AC1900 Wi-Fi router, and by the way, the model number on this one is RTA1900. Why is it so ultimate? Well, it comes with an amazing processor, lots of memory, plenty of amplifiers, and 4 very powerful high-gain antennas. An awesome looking, very informative box that has pictures, features, and specifications about the product. It comes in this environmentally friendly packaging material, and note that everything has its place. Included is a documentation and installation video on this CD, warranty information. You can download their Wi-Fi analytics tool. You can use that pretty much on any Android device as well as Windows. Support information, a reminder to update the firmware, a setup guide, the router. By the way, they have a category 5E cable connected right to that. Antennas, 4 of them at the back, and the power adapter. Now obviously the antennas do not come pre-installed, but to install them it's very easy. Just screw each antenna in, and once you've done so you can reposition them. First, let's go through the features and specifications. The wireless standard here is 802.11a, B, G, and as well as AC. You've got the frequency bands 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. You can do those simultaneously. As well, the speed here, 2.4 gigahertz, 600 megabits per second. 5 gigahertz, 1300 megabits per second. Now there are a ridiculous amount of amplifiers. There's 14. There's 3 2.4 gigahertz amplifiers, 3 5 gigahertz amplifiers, and 8 low noise amplifiers. The processor in this is 1 gigahertz. And it's a dual core processor. It comes with 128 megabytes of DDR3 memory. And it has beamforming technology, which basically strengthens the Wi-Fi connections with focused Wi-Fi streams for each connected device. So what you have here on the inside is an amazing processor, lots of memory, plenty of amplifiers. Couple all that with 4 5 dBi antennas, and you've got a router that's going to be extremely impressive. Okay, so let me give you a guided tour around this gorgeous looking router. At the front, you've got green accents plus mesh as well as ventilation. Amped wireless stamped in the front center. On the right side they have a USB 3 port. You can use this to share data or install a printer. At the top, more green mesh accents with ventilation as well as status LEDs. At the back, as you already know, are 4 antennas. They include a power switch so you can turn the router on and off. Here's where the power adapter gets connected, a USB 2 port. Here are all the gigabit connections. You've got 4 LAN connections and 1 WAN connection. That one will go into the modem. Here we have an LED button so you can turn the LEDs on or off. Perfect if you have this in your bedroom. There's also a WPS button and a reset switch. And at the bottom are 2 rubber feet, 1 on either side, the wall mounting holes, lots of ventilation, and the information sticker. And because of the wall mounting holes at the back, you can have this in 4 different positions. Up like so, this way, or this way. With everything connected, setup is simple, but it will vary depending upon which internet connection that you have. In the address bar, type in setup.ampedwireless.com, or if that doesn't work, type in 192.168.3.1. You will go into the setup wizard, and from there, just go next and fill in the information. Go next until you finish, and that's it. You can then go into the router and configure anything else that you need. Now, there's tons of settings which I'll go through in just a moment. First, let's have a look at the dashboard, and this just tells you what's going on. Everything is fine, as you can see here at the top, as well as Wi-Fi status, guest networks, and so on. Let's go into the Wi-Fi settings. First, for 5 gigahertz, basic settings, security settings, advanced settings, airtime allocation, wireless coverage, access schedule, and Wi-Fi protected setup. Similarly here for 2.4 gigahertz, basic settings, security settings, advanced settings, airtime allocation, wireless coverage, access schedule, and Wi-Fi protected setup. Within network settings, you've got LAN, WAN, advanced, as well as bridge mode. security features, you can block websites, MAC addresses, IPs. You've got USB storage options, firewall settings, port filtering, port forwarding, DMZ, virtual LAN, and denial of service. Quality of service, routing setup, and management. Within that, you've got system status, network statistics, dynamic DNS, system clock, system logs. You can update the firmware, and you can do this really automatically by just clicking check now. This is great because you don't have to go to the website and then figure out which model it is and then download it. You can just click this, and then, yep, there's no updates. I'm good. So that's perfect. You can save and reload settings and change the password. If you're looking for an outstanding AC1900 Wi-Fi router that you can have tons of devices connected to it, no dead zones, plus range that is just incredible. Now, speaking of that, typically I'll get around, maybe 30 to 50 feet outside of where this is inside of the house. But with this, I was able to get over 100 feet. I mean, on the street and then down a few homes. Very, very impressed with this unit overall. So range is definitely not going to be a problem as well. Signal drops never happened while I was testing it. Of course, remember, update the firmware as soon as you get it just to make sure that everything is current. Overall, this is a gorgeous looking router that performs extremely well. It's a 100% kick-ass product. Until next time, take care.